The birth of sociology, from philosophy to science. Sociology did not simply appear out of nowhere. It grew out of centuries of human curiosity about life, society, and relationships. Long before sociology became a science, thinkers, philosophers, and religious teachers tried to understand why people behave as they do and how societies stay together or fall apart. But their explanations were often moral, religious, or speculative. The birth of sociology marked a major shift. It turned questions about human life into a subject that could be studied scientifically. In ancient times, philosophy was the main way to explore social life. Greek thinkers like Plato and Aristotle wondered about justice, equality, and governance. Plato dreamed of an ideal society ruled by philosophers, while Aristotle observed how people interacted in real communities and described humans as social animals. In China, Confucius focused on duty, respect, and harmony as the foundation of social order, while in India, Kautilya wrote Arthashastra, a guide on politics and governance. These early thinkers shaped human understanding of society, but they relied on reason and wisdom rather than observation or data. The real foundation of sociology began during the Enlightenment in the 17th and 18th centuries. This was a period when thinkers started questioning traditional authority, religion, and monarchy. They believed reason and science could improve society. Philosophers like John Locke, Montesquieu, Voltaire, and Rousseau emphasized liberty, equality, and human rights. They argued that society is shaped by human actions, not by divine will. This new way of thinking encouraged people to study society with the same rational methods used in studying nature. Then came the Industrial Revolution, which completely transformed Europe. New machines, factories, and transportation systems changed how people lived and worked. Cities grew rapidly, bringing prosperity for some and misery for others. Rural families moved into urban centers, facing poverty, disease, and poor living conditions. Traditional communities and values broke down. Suddenly, societies were changing too fast for old philosophical or religious ideas to explain. There was a need for a new kind of knowledge, one that could analyze these changes scientifically and suggest solutions. This is where sociology was born. The French philosopher Auguste Comte was the first to use the word sociology. He believed society followed natural laws just like the physical world. Comte argued that human understanding evolved in three stages: the theological stage, when people explained everything through religion; the metaphysical stage, when abstract ideas dominated; and the scientific stage, when observation and reason replaced faith. For Comte, sociology represented this highest, scientific stage. He wanted to study social order and progress systematically and believed that knowledge could improve society. While Comte laid the foundation, other thinkers made sociology practical and scientific. One of them was Emile Durkheim, who treated society as something real that could be measured and studied. He introduced the concept of social facts, forces like religion, norms, or laws that influence people's behavior. Durkheim's famous study of suicide proved that even a deeply personal act could have social causes, such as isolation or lack of community ties. By using data and evidence, Durkheim made sociology a real science rather than just an extension of philosophy. Karl Marx, another key figure, gave sociology a revolutionary direction. He focused on how economic systems shape human life and social relationships. Marx argued that history is a struggle between classes, the rich and the poor, the owners and the workers. He showed that inequality is not natural but a result of economic power and exploitation. His ideas connected social theory with political action and inspired movements for social justice. Max Weber added yet another dimension. He believed that sociology should not only explain what happens in society but also understand the meanings behind human actions. Weber's work The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism explained how certain religious beliefs influenced the rise of capitalism. His approach combined interpretation with analysis, showing that culture and ideas are as powerful as economic forces. Together, Marx, Durkheim, and Weber shaped sociology into a science of both structure and meaning. The rise of sociology changed how people saw their world. Before it, personal problems like poverty, crime, or unemployment were seen as moral failures. Sociology revealed that these are often the result of larger social systems. It shifted the focus from blaming individuals to understanding society's structure. For example, unemployment could be due to economic change, not laziness. Inequality could stem from class divisions, not talent differences. This way of thinking encouraged reforms and made people aware that they live within systems that can be changed. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, sociology became a formal academic discipline. Universities began teaching it, and researchers developed new tools like surveys, interviews, and statistical methods. The goal was to uncover patterns in social behavior and to understand how institutions like family, religion, education, and government shape human life. The birth of sociology also represented a new faith in human reason. It was not about rejecting morality or philosophy but about grounding knowledge in observation. It built a bridge between thought and reality. Philosophers had imagined ideal societies, sociologists tried to understand real ones. This shift gave humanity the ability to analyze itself, not just through ideas but through facts and evidence. As sociology spread around the world, it adapted to different cultures. In the 20th century, it expanded beyond Europe to study colonialism, race, gender, and globalization. Modern sociologists examine how technology, media, and migration shape human behavior. Though the world has changed, the spirit of sociology remains the same: to understand human life scientifically and to use that understanding to build a better world. The journey from philosophy to science was not just an intellectual change, it was a moral one. It taught humanity that progress depends on knowledge, understanding, and cooperation. Sociology became a tool to question inequality, to study social problems, and to imagine better futures. It connects individual lives to larger social structures and helps us see how our personal experiences fit into global patterns. Today, when we talk about issues like climate change, migration, gender equality, or poverty, we are using a sociological perspective without realizing it. The same scientific spirit that Kant, Durkheim, Marx, and Weber developed still guides us. Sociology helps us understand that we are not isolated beings but part of a complex social fabric where every action connects to others. The birth of sociology is one of humanity's greatest intellectual achievements. It transformed moral questions into scientific inquiry and gave us a way to understand ourselves with clarity and compassion. It began with curiosity and ended with a discipline that continues to shape the modern world. If you enjoyed this discussion and want to learn more about how sociology explains our everyday lives, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to support more educational content.